This is Chris Pearson, president of 4GAmericas. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me today.
I'm always glad to see you guys. I think every time I've been here, actually, I've seen you guys, and I have interviewed you guys, actually. And I always follow your company because I see you guys as the information provider of where this industry is going. Okay. And one thing we know is that wireless communication has taken off in a very large scale. Right. Can you talk to us about you, the company, and what is the state of the mobile wireless industry today?
Sure. So 4GAmericas is an industry association dedicated to the 3GPP family of technologies, and specifically for the Americas regions, which would include North, Central, and South America. We work in 3 different areas. As an industry association, we're very much proactive in the technical facilitation and coordination of the standards to make sure that they're used throughout the Western Hemisphere in the same consistent manner. Also, we work in regulatory affairs and advocacy. And finally, we work in outreach to analysts, industry analysts, media, to explain the 3GPP family of technologies. Now, when you talk about what's the state of mobile broadband, we do a lot of research, in fact, on mobile broadband. And right now, if you look at, for instance, HSPA Plus, there's 184 commercial deployments of HSPA Plus around the world. And of those, there's what's called 49 or dual carrier, which means a peak theoretical rate of 42 megabits per second. Now, on the other side of it, and what you hear a lot here at Mobile World Congress, is LTE. LTE, there's 57 commercial deployments around the world, and 4GAmericas is projecting that by the year end of this year, 2012, there'll be over 100 commercial deployments of LTE throughout the world.
One of the things I heard in the news the last 3 or 4 months is the Sprint contracts with revamping their infrastructure to support LTE. Mm-hmm. I think a couple of months ago we just heard T-Mobile as well revamping their infrastructure to support LTE. Do you see the carriers moving in that industry and setting up the platform to move themselves and the growth of both 3GPP and 4G technology?
Yeah, so I think if you look at around the world, the key ingredient for an operator that will move from, say, an HSPA or HSPA Plus evolution to moving on to LTE would be spectrum. 4GAmericas plays a huge role in the Americas to advocate for new spectrum, because we see that of the 57 new commercial rollouts of LTE, almost every single one has been done in new spectrum. So when you get new spectrum into a marketplace or a country, you'll see LTE will be the choice for that spectrum.
And what do you see new this year in terms of the Mobile World Congress? Because actually so many new announcements coming in, especially in the last couple of days. Did you see anything new in reference to this industry?
Oh, absolutely. I think, if you start thinking about het nets or heterogeneous networks, about moving away from just the macro cell, but really what I would call a smart het net, which is really looking at the entire topology of a network engineering for radio traffic. So you go from the macro cell to picocells and microcells, femtocells, and even Wi-Fi offload. I think you're going to see this done in the next few years in a much smarter way. And I call it smart het nets, where you start really taking all the capabilities that are in what's called 3GPP Release 10 and 11, or LTE Advanced as many people call it, such as interference cancellation, song, coordinated multi-point, and really taking all those great techniques and utilizing them for your heterogeneous networks.
Very good. As always, I'm always happy to see you guys, because I always think that I get most of my information from you.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Chris, and I do appreciate your time with us.
Thank you.
And this is Nelson Pereira from bnetTV at the Mobile World Congress 2012 in Barcelona.